Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Jones. As you all know, I have been hired to develop a district technology plan that will stress the significance of staff development in regards to technology integration in the classroom and the importance of integrating technology in the classroom. I have compiled a presentation that will discuss this plan and demonstrate how our educators can effectively integrate technology in the classroom and have a long-lasting and effective impact on their teaching and, most importantly, the learning of our students. My presentation is entitled Training Uninformed Staff on Ways to Integrate Technology in the Classroom. Let's begin. We are a small county located in southern Maryland. Although we are a small district, our public schools have exhibited impressive strengths. Student achievement data has shown that we are a high-performing school district. Our high schools have received silver medals in the U.S. News Best High School Rankings. We are an excellent school district, but no matter how great you are, there's always room for improvement. This is where technology comes into the picture. So what is our vision in regards to technology? We would like every student to interact with technology, including computers and digital content. We want students to interact with technology consistently so that it becomes a familiar resource that is used in their learning. We would like for our instructional staff to utilize technology to enhance their instruction, to further student learning, to track student performance and progress, and to communicate with families about matters involving their child's education. So what are our needs in regards to technology? I have pinpointed the top 10 needs of the district in regards to technology. These needs are as follows. Number 1, staff development. We need our staff to be trained in how to use technology and how to appropriately and effectively utilize it and integrate it in the classroom. Number 2, we need funding. We need additional funding so that more modern, up-to-date technology can be purchased for our schools. Number 3, we need student training. We need our students to be trained on the technology that they will be using in the classroom so that they are not using technology with a blind eye, and so they know the benefits of it, and so that they understand how the technology can help to reinforce what they are learning and to move them forward. Number 4, we need technology to advance the learning goals and needs of our students. Technology will not be used to replace teachers, but will be used by teachers to enhance and reinforce what is being learned in the classroom. Number 5, we need to assess the use of technology to make sure that we are using it appropriately and effectively and that it's actually moving our students and not hindering our progress. Number 6, we need input from stakeholders. Those stakeholders will be parents and individuals from our community. We need to know how they feel about technology in regards to education and what suggestions and feedback they can provide for us to make sure that the technology integration will work effectively. Number 7, we need up-to-date technology. There's no point of having technology in our classrooms and in our schools if it is old, if it's not modern, if our students cannot relate to it. We need technology such as iPads, smart boards that our students are familiar with and that they can relate to, and that will enhance their learning. Number 8, we need new policies in regard to technology integration. We need to know exactly where we want to move our students. We need to know exactly how we want to move our students. Number 9, we need technical support and maintenance. Technology is just like anything else. It breaks, it malfunctions, and we need to make sure that we have people on staff who can support us in that, who can come into our classrooms and to fix anything that may malfunction, to show teachers how to fix any common or simple technology problems that they have with the technology that they're using, so that they are able to repair it themselves in the future. And number 10, we need effective implementation of a technology plan. We need to make sure that the technology plan that we put into place is implemented effectively. We need to make sure that teachers are following the steps that they need to in order to move students. We need to make sure that the students are aware of what they need to do and what their expectations are so that they are able to move forward with the technology as well. So what do we need to do in order to train our staff? In order to train our staff, we need to engage them in professional development workshops. As this image shows, educators are learning how to use technology by attending workshops and receiving the hands-on experience with it for themselves. If educators are aware of how to appropriately use the technology, they can instruct students in the same fashion. And as you can see here in this image, projected on it looks like a smart board. The instructor of the workshop is showing educators you could how she would use that form of technology in the classroom. And as you can see projected on the lady's computer screen, she's also following along so that she can relate it to herself personally and know how she would use it with her students in her own classroom. Educators will need to attend a 5-day workshop that will instruct them on effective and appropriate ways to integrate technology in the classroom. I have included the outline of a sample workshop entitled Teaching Foundational Math Skills with the Smartboard. The instructor will discuss the purpose of the specific workshop and the objectives that will be met by the staff from attending the workshop. The instructor will then provide staff with videos and lessons that depict how smartboards have been and are used in the classroom to teach math content. After viewing the videos and lessons, the instructor will guide staff on how to create a math lesson using the smartboard. Staff will then create their own lesson in their grade level groups. The workshop will close with the different groups sharing their lessons and discussing what they have learned from the workshops. After the workshop is complete, staff will be required to evaluate the workshop. All components of a successful lesson plan are outlined in these daily workshops. So what does technology integration in the classroom look like? Many of you may not be aware of the significant positive effect that technology can have in the classroom. Here's a video that shows how a kindergarten teacher teaches math to kindergartners using the smartboard. You will notice how hard the children are working and how engaged they are. The children are leading the lessons and the teacher is able to serve as the facilitator. Ultimately, this is what we want. We want students to be able to learn content successfully so that they can complete it independently. Here's the video. Please watch and enjoy. The video will be viewed on a smaller screen because it's not as clear when it's made full screen. As you can see, the kindergarten teacher was able to effectively integrate math into her classroom using the smartboard. The children were able to complete the skills and the content independently without her help, and she was able to sit back and serve as the facilitator and scaffold and model as needed. You may also not be aware of how the smartboard can be used to teach. Here is a sample math lesson that uses the Smart Notebook to reinforce relating numerals to quantity. And I thank you for being patient while the Smart Notebook opens. I promise you won't be disappointed. The pages are loading, so it should be up shortly. Alright, let's view it and make it full screen. In this activity, pre-K and kindergarten students will be able to take numerals and relate them to quantity. Let's go ahead to the next slide. So they would need to put the number of children next to the bus to match the number on the bus. And this is perfect for pre-K and kindergarten students because it's something that is relevant to them and that they are familiar with, because the majority of students ride the bus to school. Here is the number 3, and the word 3 is also here in case students are reading, which is a great way to differentiate for your students. And they would need to take a boy or a girl. I'm going to take a girl, and students will be able to use their finger in order to manipulate the objects. But because I don't have a smart board with me, I'll be using my mouse to manipulate the objects. And all they would do would be to move 1, 2, 3 people and place them on the bus to match the number. And it's a great way for preschool and kindergarten students to relate numeral to quantity, because it is relevant to their lives, because they do ride the bus to school and they're familiar with school buses. And the drawings are very childlike and child friendly. It looks like something that a child would draw. This is a great example of how a smart board can be integrated into a math lesson to reinforce a skill that students are learning, which will be relating numerals to quantity. Let's exit out of this and get back to. Here is a chart that will be given to staff during one of the workshops that focuses on integrating technology while learning phonics skills. The chart pinpoints specific phonics skills that students are learning from pre-K to kindergarten in an online activity that can be used to enhance that phonics skill. So let's say a teacher is working on recognizing rhyming words with pre-kindergarten and kindergarten students. An example of that would be identifying that house and mouse rhyme. And if he or she wanted to select an online activity, you just go ahead and click on this PBS Kids rhyming game that can be found at pbskids.org. And it's a Super Y rhyming game in which a character from Super Y, Wonder Red, is doing freeze dance rhyming. And when the student selects the correct rhyming word, she freezes. And it's relevant to students because they are familiar with Super Y. They watch it at home, they know all of the characters, and they love it, and it's engaging. So let's play it quickly so I can show you how it works. Turn the volume down some so it's not very loud. Please be patient while it loads. It'll be done quickly.
Wonder Red's freeze dance rhyming. Freeze dance rhyme with me. Listen to the rhyming
And
word
I'm
family.
going to go ahead
The words that
and
rhyme with it.
skip the introduction.
All words.
And so we have to find the words that rhyme with all. So she's dancing now. When I click on ball,
All rhymes with all. Way to rhyme.
she freezes. And so students are able to see that when they identify the word correctly, that she's going to freeze. So it's also an extra incentive to help them correctly select rhyming words. And it's really fun and engaging because students are familiar with Super Y and Wonder Red, and they're really engaged in it, and they want to see what happens, and they want to guess the rhyming words correctly because they want to be able to learn more and to have fun with doing something that they're. I will not elaborate on this section because I've already submitted it to you all in the district technology plan, but in essence it just discusses the evaluation and revision procedures that I will take to ensure that the technology plan is effective and appropriate for all staff. It includes field tests, evaluation sheets, a summative evaluation that uses a focus group that will be led by the instructor of the workshop and will include the staff that was a part of the workshop. And they will be providing feedback on the strengths and weaknesses of the workshop, what they got from it, what they're able to how they believe they will be able to integrate it into the classroom, and how they felt as though it helped and strengthened them as an educator, and what their students will get from it. Here is a portion of the budget that was submitted to you in the district technology plan. The entire budget can be viewed here by clicking this link once this presentation is submitted if you need to review it again. This follow-up was also submitted to you in the plan. It includes a quiz that will be taken by participants a few weeks after the training that is related to the topics and the content that was discussed. Participants will email the instructor with 3 of the most significant things that they learned from the workshops and training. And a blog will be created so that instructional staff can discuss their experiences with using technology in the classroom. The blog will be ongoing to provide the instructional staff support throughout the entire school year. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope that it has provided you with a deeper understanding of the value and necessity of staff development in regards to integrating technology in the classroom and the benefit of technology in the classroom.